Hello, 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 and welcome to yet another episode with me, Nandini Khanna, your image, styling, and parenting coach. Well, today's episode, I would say, is for each and every one of you, ranging maybe from the age of 8 till never ending. Why? Because today episode talks about 7 best tips. 7 best tips of what? Well, let's get confident for who? Of course, for you. Confidence, a word which is easily said, but really, really difficult to build on. Confidence is a skill that can be acquired, improved, and applied. We just need to realize. And where do we realize from? Of course, it has to be from within. There needs to be a realization and an effort made to work toward yourself. Self-confidence is a feeling of trust in your abilities, trust towards yourself, trust towards those qualities, those judgments, and trust on the whole about yourself yet again. Confidence is important to health and, of course, psychological well being. Well, let me start by saying what is self confidence? Self confidence can refer to a general sense of trust in your ability, how you control your life, or might be or more situation specific. For example, you might have high self confidence in a particular area, but you feel less confident in maybe some other area or some other field of work. Having a healthy level of self confidence can help you become more successful in your personal as well as professional life. Well, how to be more confident? Always a big question. Somewhere we all realize that, yeah, I could have done better. Or somewhere there's so many times we realize, oh, yeah, I don't feel very confident about it, but I just don't know how to build it up. That just don't know, don't leave it as a question mark. And these tips will help you achieve those or at least move a few steps towards that for sure. You just need to be consistent with these. Well, coming back to how to be more confident. Fortunately, there are several ways you can increase your self confidence. Stop comparing yourself to others, is the first one. I would like to repeat, stop comparing yourself to others. I feel this sentence says it all on its own, doesn't it? Okay, tell me or think about it. Do you compare yourself on how you look as you compare to people when you see Instagram or Facebook or any other social media? I'm sure many of us do. It's natural. It's called a social comparison theory. Comparing it, comparing yourself, comparing your views, comparing your looks, all this is a natural process. And like I said, it's called social comparison theory. However, in most cases, it doesn't help us boost our self confidence. How do you boost your self confidence? Is when you stop comparing yourself to others. Remind yourself that doing this is not going to be helpful. Everyone is running their own race in life, and it is not a competition. If you're feeling envious of someone's life, it's also helpful to remember your own strengths and successes. One way is, of course, keep a gratitude journal. to better recall the areas in your life where you feel blessed, where you feel you've achieved at something, and where you feel that you at least tried if you did not succeed. Trust me, it'll make you feel better. This can help you focus on your life versus focusing on others' lives. So convince yourself of what you want to do most in your life other than comparing yourself with others. So convince yourself, then let your brain and body focus on going after it. Every step forward, a small success will be recognized. That joy, that excitement will definitely come through, and not that fear of drowning in. Failures will come, of course. Nobody succeeds without any failures. So failures will become a learning experience and confidence builders, rather than you brooding over them as mistakes. The next one, surround yourself with positive people. Oh yes, I truly vouch for this one. It's a blessing to have found good and true friends who give it off to you, or when you're low, they stand by you. Either which ways, they are genuine. It's a blessing to find positive people in your life because they help you feel and build up on that confidence. Take a moment and think about how your friends, which friend of yours will make you believe in that and will help you through this. Do they lift you up or do they bring you down? Are they constantly judging you or do they accept you for who you are? The people you spend time with can influence your thoughts and your attitudes. About who? About your own self. Perhaps more than you even actually realize it. So pay attention to how others make you feel. If you feel bad about yourself, after hanging out with, that particular person, oh, she said so many things about me, oh, he just didn't give me those positive vibes, then just stop right there. You have the right to choose who you want to be with. And also, one more point I'd like to add here is you can and you must always be your own best. That means please be honest to your own self and be your own best friend. You must always stick to yourself just like you would to that best friend. Use acceptance, use forgiveness and compassion to keep up your confidence. If we can do it thinking about passing it on to somebody else, being that shoulder to cry on for somebody else, be a good listener, why be mean to your own self? Why can't you be that good friend for your own self? Be honest and self-confident, and don't obsess over other people. Don't go on looking for fights with anybody else, and don't overthink about what anybody else said. So be kind to your own self. There are times we know when you take a decision and you might think that, oh, wow, I've taken this decision, but I'm just not sure. You try and you fail, but that's all right. So don't be harsh to your own self. That's why surround yourself with positive people, be your own best friend, don't be harsh to your own self. Failures can be a part of life, of a process, but that's okay, right? The next one I've already said is be kind to yourself. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with kindness when you make a mistake, fail, or experience a setback. It allows you to become more emotionally flexible and helps you better navigate challenging emotions, enhancing your connection in any challenging situation. So the next time you're in a challenging situation, recognize that being imperfect or failing short at time is a part of being human. Do your best to navigate these experiences with compassion towards yourself. Well, above all else, always play to win. Never let yourself worry about the mistakes you have made or might make in the future. These erode confidence rather than building it up. If you're already thinking negative about it, how are you going to progress? Instead, celebrate all your successes and the positive moments along the way. Don't try to conform to the crowd, but think differently. In fact, I truly believe in this motto by Miss Margaret Thatcher. Don't follow the crowd, but let the crowd follow you. Confidence doesn't come overnight, nor is there any kind of a magic wand. Oh, yes, don't we all wish there was? It takes belief, practice, and a lot of determination, a lot of hard work for you, for yourself, and by you. It's a habit that you should cultivate, nurture, and perfect even during the worst days of your life. So start now. The fourth one, face your fears. Oh my God. Isn't that the reaction we all have, even looking at ourselves in the mirror? Oh my God, I'm so fearful of that situation already. I've not even been there. I don't even know much about it, but psychologically, I already know I'm fearful of it. Happens very often, doesn't it? So stop putting things off until you feel more self-confident, like asking someone on a date or applying for that promotion. One of the best ways to build your confidence in these situations is by facing it heads on. Again, something I truly relate to. There have been many a times, and trust me on this one, I've done it. I might not have succeeded all the time. I might have even failed at times, but that's all right. I'm proud of myself that I did it. I have jumped into situations without thinking much about it. Of course, you have to then learn to be an observer, a good listener. Maybe you need to be patient to get there and achieve what you've jumped into. However, jump into it and don't think too hard, right? So you have to be ready for those kinds of lows. You have to be ready for working hard on it. You need to have the determination that whatever I've jumped into is not going to come to me easy. In fact, nothing comes easy in life, doesn't it? Practice facing some of your fears that stem from the lack of self-confidence. If you're afraid, you'll embarrass yourself or think that you're going to mess up, try anyway. A little self-doubt can even help you improve your performance. Tell yourself it's just an experiment and see what happens. You might learn that being a little anxious or making those few mistakes was not a bad thought at all. And each time you move forward, you gain more confidence in yourself. So all of you out there, beliefs produce behavior. So build confidence first. Confidence provides the energy, the drive, the motivation, and the awareness to develop real competence. You will never know how capable you are until you try it, until you act with full confidence. Look for that succession of small steps forward rather than behavior modification to build your confidence. Do things that you are good at is the next one. You know, it's easier said than done, but make a conscious effort of trying to figure out which things you're good at. You know why? What happens when we do things that you're good at? Your self-confidence starts to soar. Your strength becomes even stronger, which helps improve your belief in yourself. Taking this approach also has another benefit. It can increase how satisfied you are in your life. Oh, big one. If you're good at a certain sport, for instance, make it a point to train or play at least once a week. Why not? If you're good at a particular task at work, try to do that task more often. Building on your own strengths can also help you build on your own self-confidence. Rather, gather more knowledge and consistency and apply it in that field which you feel you're more confident about, the one which you feel you're good at. Find your core strengths and apply them consistently. Trying to do all things better at the same time will never work, and it will not work towards your confidence either. So go step by step, recognize it, build it up. What you're good with, start with that. It'll help you build up on your own confidence firstly. The sixth one, know when to say no. Well, I have a confession right here. Well, I'm still trying to build up this one for sure. It is crucial. And saying no doesn't mean that you are rude to somebody. Saying no doesn't mean that you're harsh towards somebody, and neither even harsh to your own self. While doing things you're good at can give you self-confidence a boost, it's equally important to recognize situations that can cause your confidence a plummet. Maybe you'll find that every time you participate in a certain activity, you feel worse than yourself instead of feeling better. Saying no to such activities that tend to zap yourself and zap your self-confidence is okay. Certainly, you don't want to avoid anything that makes you feel good and makes you feel, worth it towards your personal growth. So try it. But then don't let it hit your confidence level. There is no harm in trying. So don't be lazy and don't be afraid. Don't be fearful of trying things. There is a difference. But after trying again and again, if you feel it's not working out for you, give it a break. As long as these things don't affect your self-confidence, you can go ahead with them. So knowing your boundaries is very, very important. Try and stick to them. Setting social and emotional boundaries enables you to feel safer psychologically. It can also help you feel more in control. Self-confidence is in part feeling like you have, control over your life. Boundaries help establish this feeling of control. You just can't be all over the place. You need to learn to draw that line. The next time someone suggests doing something that you will feel a little bit more less confident doing it, respectfully decline it. You don't have to avoid that activity forever. Once you learn and how you know how to handle it more confidently, you can always step back into it without hurting the confidence you have in yourself. Well, the seventh one, the last but not the least. Set realistic goals. Pursuing your goals often involves failing several times until you figure out what works for you. This can make you wonder, if you have what it takes to succeed. It can also leave a questioning how to become more confident while still achieving your dreams. The answer lies in setting realistic goals. Setting high, reaching goals, and failing to achieve them has been found to damage your self-confidence levels. Conversely, realistic goals are achievable. And more you achieve your goals, the greater your confidence in yourself and your abilities will build up. To set realistic goals, write down what you want to achieve. Next, ask yourself what chance you have of attaining it. And please be honest to yourself. If the answer is slim or none, the goal may be a bit too high to reach out to in one step. It might be too lofty. So go back and reanalyze that goal and make it realistic and make it more achievable. This may require, of course, doing a bit of research on your part. For instance, if you have a goal to lose weight, experts recommend losing 1 or 2 pounds per week for a healthy long-term weight loss. So be realistic about it. Don't expect 5 kilos in a week, right? Knowing this helps you set a goal in line, and this guideline boosting your self-confidence when you hit it. So this was for today, ladies and gentlemen, and all those millennials out here. I hope you've got a great, great, great insight on how to boost that self-confidence for who? But for your own self. So see you soon for my next episode. I truly, truly hope that you start working on one step at a time for sure. Looking forward to seeing you all real soon. Thank you.